What's going on, guys? It's Steve. So, Dwyane Wade. Listen, I know people are going to say, Steve, you jinxed the Knicks, you jinxed the Bulls, you jinxed my Pacers, don't talk about... Listen, okay, first of all, I am back in New York. Very happy about that. That's why I didn't upload yesterday. The whole trip got delayed because I had to go through a whole process of getting my car here. But anyway, that's besides the point. The point of this video is that Dwyane Wade just came out and said he wants to leave all options on the table during NBA free agency. And this just goes back to the point that I made 6 months ago when I said Dwyane Wade made the worst decision in his career. He got hurt and he acted on emotion when he should have. Acted like a grown adult that he is. He should have weighed his options and said, you know what? I've been with this team for my entire career. It boosted my legacy because it's very rare that a superstar player to my level has stayed with the same team for their entire career. Okay? Kobe technically didn't even do that because he got drafted from Charlotte on draft night. Okay? That is how rare it is. LeBron didn't do it. MJ didn't do it. Tim Duncan did. Dirk did. But that is how rare it is. Okay? You can probably only pick a handful of superstars, probably less than 10, not even, less than 5, to the level of Dwyane Wade's caliber that have stayed with the same team their entire career. And it just goes back to the point that Dwyane Wade's legacy is slightly ruined. Not badly, but it's slightly diminished. Why? Could you imagine? First of all, let's rewind back to when Chris Bosh was still on the Miami Heat. He still technically is, but when he was still playing that year when he was averaging 21 in 2015-16 before he got injured and left with blood clots. They had Chris Bosh, Hassan Whiteside, Goran Dragic, and Dwyane Wade. All on the same team. All on the same team. That would have been a title contending team right there. If Bosh were healthy and the way Dwyane Wade was playing in the playoffs, they would have forced 7 games against the Cleveland Cavaliers without a doubt. Would they have won? Who knows? Probably not. They probably wouldn't have won. But that's not even the point. The point is that Dwyane Wade, that was the best situation to stay in. But he got hurt. His feelings got hurt because they didn't pay him. Listen, Dwyane Wade, I'm sorry. But, and yes, I'm criticizing the 2003 draft. I know people say, Steve, you're so biased. You don't know basketball besides the 3 drafts. All you do is praise him. Well, here I am criticizing one of the best players of all time in Dwyane Wade, which I rarely do. This is the second time I've ever done this. Okay? Dwyane Wade, you could have stayed in Miami with Hassan Whiteside, the possibility of Bosh coming back, Goran Dragic. That team is better than the Chicago Bulls are. If you were on the Miami Heat, they would have been at least a 4th seed because they were almost 8th, just like your Chicago Bulls, without you. Okay? But with you, they would have been even better. Okay? So, and in the playoffs, if you had Hassan Whiteside helping out and Goran Dragic helping out, come on. Anyway. So you got hurt, your feelings got hurt because they didn't pay you, and you've never been the highest paid player on that team, which I understand. You're the best player the franchise has ever had. I understand that. But are you serious? You choose to go to Chicago. And then he came out with this BS. Oh, I always wanted to go to Chicago. The hell you did? If you always wanted to go to Chicago, how come you didn't go in 2007? If you always wanted to go to Chicago, how come you didn't go in 2010? You, LeBron, and Bosh could have went there. Or you and LeBron could have went, and Melo could have came the year after. And if you're going to say, Steve, there you go, Melo. He chose money. He could have went and joined the Miami Heat. He could have had 4 championships now. Listen, if Melo would have joined the Miami Heat with LeBron and Wade and it wasn't Bosh, and that was Melo's peak of his prime, they possibly would have won like 6 or 7 straight championships. That would have been crazy. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is that Dwyane Wade made a very bad decision. Very disappointed in Dwyane Wade. And now he's coming out and saying all options are being left out on the table. What, are you going to return to Miami? Are you going to return to Miami? Are you going to go to Cleveland? You know, like this. These are the type of things that ruin someone's legacy. Look, think about it. Kevin Garnett. His legacy got slightly diminished for the younger children. Because why? They see him. They see the younger kids, they never saw him in Minnesota. Okay? Some of them saw him in Boston, right? But when he went to Brooklyn, and then he went back to Minnesota, I mean, come on. You know, going back to Minnesota, that was fine. You should have just went straight from Boston to Minnesota. Even though you and Paul Pierce really thought you're going to win a championship in Brooklyn. Let's be real. The Nets are terrible. One of my favorite teams, but they're terrible. That's besides the point. Listen. You have all of these options on the table, Dwyane Wade. You could have stayed with Miami and you chose the Chicago Bulls. Why? I don't know. I have no clue why. Okay? They literally, logically, he did it for the money. Okay? That's clear and evident. He did it straight for the money. And now it came back and bit him in his ass because he realized, look, and he realized this a long time ago. I made this video a while back, like in October, like December. You know, he realized this a long time ago. He made the wrong decision. Miami's the better team. And if you think about it, this phrase from the Bible, greed is the downfall of all men. Think about that. Greed. Listen, he left for $5 million? Listen, now, let's be real. That's a lot of money. But when you're talking about these NBA athletes, especially the superstars like your Melos, your Wades, your Lebrons, your Boshes, your KDs, your Mike Conleys, etc., your Currys, all of these players that have $120+ million contracts. Do you really think $5 million is going to hurt their pocket? And think about all the money they've ever made. I was reading this article, okay? And I was reading this article about the 2003 NBA draft. Do you know what this article read? It said, in totality, the 4 superstars of the 2003 draft, being LeBron, Melo, Wade, and Bosh, have made over $1 billion in total in terms of NBA contracts and endorsements. That is ridiculous. Over $1 billion. So you're going to tell me, Dwyane Wade, you leave for $5 million, you ruin your legacy with the Miami Heat, okay? It's not the same anymore. Do I like watching you in Chicago? No. You look weird as fuck. I don't want to see you in a Chicago uniform. I wanted to see you stay with Miami for the rest of your career. Why couldn't you do that? Because you decided, look, though, Pat Riley's disrespecting me. Come on, man. Yeah, I think he just acted out of impulse. Things happen. People make mistakes. But are you serious? You know, you're going to allow that, $5 million? And people are going to say, Steve, I'm surprised you're really criticizing the Miami Heat. Look. I mean, not the Miami Heat. Dwyane Wade. Look. I told you guys I'm not biased. But when it's time to criticize, it's time to criticize. What? Like, well, there's no logical, in terms of which team is better. Miami's still a better team. Well, when he was there, they were a better team. And to be honest, I think they were a better team even without him than Chicago was. Because Chicago, they had a lot of holes. And then when Rondo went down, they got screwed. Okay? So all of these things in totality, the whole team was just screwed. Okay? Now, another thing. He said, I always wanted to go back home. I understand that your idol, Michael Jordan, in which you disrespected LeBron, and you said, oh, LeBron will never be better than Michael Jordan. Come on, Dwyane Wade, let's be real. LeBron is the reason why you have 3 championships, okay? Now, actually, that's straight. That's too much disrespect. I take that back. Because Dwyane Wade, in a sense, helped LeBron a lot. A lot, okay? Not in a sense, he did, okay? So I take that back. I'm not going to disrespect Wade like that. They're in total, and Wade won without LeBron. But I will say this. Wade helped LeBron, but LeBron also helped Wade. Okay, and I'll say that. But I will also say, if Dwyane Wade goes back to Miami, it's just going to ruin even worse his legacy. Because it's going to prove that he chose money over winning. Because why would you leave for 1 year to go play with Chicago and then leave again? People are going to be like, oh, he's jumping ships. Miami fans are not going to be happy with that. They're going to be like, oh, Wade is back. But he left us for $5 million. That's what they're going to be thinking. Like, oh, Wade is back, but he left us for $5 million. So, I mean, logically, I don't understand why Dwyane Wade decided to go to Chicago. And it hurt his legacy out a lot. And I will say this. Your boy's back in New York City. I am very happy for that. In the month of June, after the NBA Finals, okay? After the NBA Finals, after the playoffs are over, I am going to find one of you subscribers in New York City and we'll play one-on-one for a video. Michael C3 called me out in the comments of my D-League video, and I was like, if you want to see how, he was like, you should, he didn't call me out, but he was like, you should play serious so we can see how good you are. And I was like, you should play me one-on-one so you can see how good I am. And he was like, that's funny, LMFAO. And then I was like, so play me one-on-one. Tell me where you are. I'll buy the plane ticket. I'll come to you, and I'll put it on YouTube. He never answered. I don't know if he's scared or what. Okay, Matt, the Knicks fan, I'm calling you out too. I want to play you one-on-one. Whoever, I don't care who the hell it is. Whoever's in the New York City area in June after the finals, I'm playing at least one of you guys one-on-one for a video. Because I promised you guys I would, play one of you guys one-on-one eventually. So, I'm going to do it after the NBA finals. Let me know where you guys live in the comment section below if you even made it this far. Maybe I'll put this in the beginning of the video. I don't know. I'm out. Peace.